Yeah, they are in the porch.
I suppose I should tell you why I'm here in the first place. Well, it's Canadian Thanksgiving, and inexplicably, Canadians have Thanksgiving about a month before Americans do. For some reason. I'm sure there is an actual reason, but I'm not going to Google it because I don't care.
Bring in there, and that gives it a nice.
Very one that got even open.
And what's in the big pot?
Raspberry.
Raspberry.
That's the one. Yeah.
Probably. I never even thought when we were in there.
They're usually pretty good for in cartridges for.
Out of Iraq.
Thank you very much. We're going to go. She went over a minute over, and you don't stop her. When I go 1 second over, it's like.
Hi.
40 grams.
40, yeah.
Today is a day full of meetings. I just had some lovely pho, as you can see there behind me. Hopefully you see it behind me. I was at a coffee place earlier this morning. Of course, did not film out anything on the outside because why would I create that footage for this vlog? It's was called Monogram Coffee. It's supposedly the best coffee in Calgary. I don't drink coffee, so I guess I'll leave the Yelp reviews to the people who do that sort of thing. And now I'm going to go and see a business advisor. It's just a day chock full of going back and forth and drinking caffeine. That's what popular people do, though. What's the worst? I haven't really injured myself while filming. It's time for another movie review with Kyle. So I just finished watching Birth of a Nation, or The Birth of a Nation. This is the update, sort of. There was an original movie called The Birth of a Nation that was released in like 1914, 1915. Anyways, a long ago time. Silent film, 3.5 hours long, which I have seen. It's not all that good. Unless you really love the KKK. I mean, I do have a tattoo, but that's besides the point. This is an update in that it's kind of coming from a slave's point of view. It's about the Nat Turner Rebellion, if you're familiar with that, which this doesn't really adhere to too much other than using the Nat Turner name. And it was fine, it was okay. I always somewhat hate this because it's always going to sound like I'm a racist, which is a great way to start a sentence. In that, I think there's so many things that were done effectively, but I just don't know at this point if seeing anyone being whipped constantly over and over and over again and having that kind of just human depravity helps anything anymore. And I think maybe it does. I think it's good to keep this into the conversation. I think that this movie is prescient as far as today's politics go. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me and I just don't enjoy watching that sort of thing, so it just kind of repulses me. I also think it's going to be this weird criticism where I wish the movie was a bit longer. Things feel very rushed, where it's like onto the next plot point, onto the next plot point, and it never has this time to breathe or really have that connective tissue, which I feel that it really needs to be effective. We need to be with this people, we need to be with these characters for a little bit longer to really feel that gut punch when things come to a head at the end. Anyways, it's fine. Go and see it if you want to, but nothing that I'm going to have it on the best of the year list because I'm a racist. Going to NerdCon. This is so gross. During the winter time, my hands just like crack and bleed all over the place, so I get to deal with that.
Metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the strap so it is low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, lift the top of the buckle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air.
Just Starbucks coffee and a variety of snacks. Beer, wine, and spirits are also available.
And just like that, I'm back in Minneapolis. Well, that must have been a bitch to make. And this one just makes me feel like home. All right, had a nice little lunch for myself, some chicken pot pie. Probably shouldn't have been drinking that late in the afternoon. And now for some coffee. So here's the thing. I got into the city at about 1:30, and the person I'm sharing the hotel room with doesn't get here until 5:30. But because it's their name that it's on the hotel bill, I can't check in, which means that I have to bus around Minneapolis trying to, do stuff. Mostly just eat cake for another 4 hours. The cake is good though. All right, well, I'm finally in. Look at this. It has a chair and everything.
Ben Acker.
One of the ways that I measure like our actual engagement with our viewers or our audience is how many people respond to calls to action or how many people make fan art.
Probably everybody needs to find an outlet, and if this is it, then awesome. Go kick their asses. Why am I all up with people today?
That's very inspiring. Thanks, Coach.
So who does all the lousy special effects, the kind of charming lousy special effects?
I mean, that varies.